Hello class 7 students, welcome everyone. So in this video we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 3, fiber to fabric. So let's begin from here then, fiber to fabric. In class 6, I think in class 6 you have learned about some fibers which are obtained from plants and which are used to make fabrics or cloth. Fabric or say cloth, the cloth which we wear, right? Those are referred to as fabric also. Okay, fabrics. So you have learned about some fibers which are obtained from plants and which are used to make fabrics or clothes. For example, say cotton plants. Cotton plants give us what? Cotton plants give us cotton fibers, right? Cotton plants give us cotton fibers which are used to make cotton fabrics or say cotton cloth. Okay, similarly that is cotton only, cotton, flax, jute, cotton, flax, jute, these are all what? These are all plant fibers. Why? Because these are obtained from plants, right? But in this chapter we will study about some fibers which are obtained from animals. Okay, which are obtained from animals, and those fibers are referred to as, or those fibers are called as animal fibers. Okay, two very important animal fibers which we are going to study in this chapter are wool and silk. Okay, wool and silk. You know that wool comes from animals, right? Wool comes from animals, that is from sheep, we can say sheep, goat, yak. These are all what? Wool providing animals. Okay, whereas silk comes from silkworms. Okay, silk comes from where? Silkworms. So wool and silk are what? Animal fibers. Okay, let's see the introductory part of your book. In class 6 you have learned about some fibers obtained from plants, right? You also learned that wool and silk fibers are obtained from animals. Okay, wool is obtained from the fleece or say hair, same meaning. Okay, fleece or hair of sheep or yak. Okay, similarly silk fibers come from cocoons of the silk moth. Okay, we will discuss these things in detail about fleece and cocoon when we will study about wool and silk respectively. Okay, do you know which part of the sheep's body yields fibers? Are you aware how these fibers are converted into woolen yarn that we buy from the market to knit sweaters? Do you have any idea how silk fibers are made into silk, which is woven into saris? So in this chapter we shall try to find answers to these questions. Okay, this is the introductory part of the chapter. Now let's start from wool, the animal fibers, wool and silk. Let's start from wool here. So wool, you know, wool is the most commonly used animal fiber, and it is soft. Wool is what? Soft. Then it is wavy. Okay, wavy or say curly. We can say curly also, same thing, wavy or curly. Okay, wool is the soft, wavy or curly hair which covers the body of a sheep. Okay, which covers the body of the animal. Okay, and this wool is actually the modified form of hair. Wool is a modified form of hair that grows with a waviness, and because of this waviness of the wool, the woolen fabrics have a greater bulk. Okay, they have a greater bulk and they trap more air. Okay, because of the waviness of the wool. If you take any say a woolen fabric, okay, if you take any woolen fabric or say woolen cloths, it has a little bit bulk, right? It has a greater bulk. Why? It is due to the waviness of the wool actually. Okay, due to the waviness of the wool, the woolen fabrics or woolen cloths have a greater bulk and they trap more air. Okay, and due to this, the woolen fabrics keep us more warm during the cold winter days, right? Okay, so as we have discussed that wool comes from where? Sheep, goat, yak, etc. Many other animals are also there which we will discuss in this chapter only. Okay, Now, from where do we get this wool? Means from the body of ship, right? From the body of ship. But which part? From which part? Wool is obtained from the fleece or hair of sheep, as we have discussed here also, right? Wool is obtained from the fleece or hair of the sheep, or from the wool providing animals. Okay, from the body of the sheep, goat, yak, and some other animals are also there. Okay, from the body of these animals, the wool is obtained. Okay, basically it is obtained from the fleece or hair of these animals. Okay, clear? Actually, what happens? This the wool providing animals. This is the sheep, yak, goat. Okay, these animals grow wool on their body, and once a year, this wool is cut off. This wool is sheared off. Okay, this wool is cut off once a year. This wool is cut off. Basically the people do these things. The people sheared the wool from the body of these animals in the summer season, basically. Okay, next see what is given in your book. Wool comes from the sheep, goat, yak, and some other animals. These wool yielding animals bear hair on their body. Okay, do you know why these animals have a thick coat of hair? Yes, see why these animals have a thick coat of hair. You know that hair trap a lot of air. Okay, hair trap a lot of air. Okay, hair trap a lot of air. And you know, as we have discussed this thing in class, means only in class 7 only, in chapter number 4, that air is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, air is a poor conductor of heat. So if hair trap a lot of air, and if air is a poor conductor of heat, then air cannot be passed out from the body of these animals, right? Okay, air will be trapped in the hair of these animals, which will prevent their body heat from being lost to the cold surroundings. Therefore, they keep themselves warm in the cold and winter season. Okay, so air is a poor conductor of heat, as you would learn in chapter number 4. We have already learned this. So hair keeps these animals warm, and wool is derived from these hairy fibers. Okay, understood? Okay, next like us, the hairy skin of the sheep has two types of fibers that form its fleece. Okay, the hairy skin of the sheep has two types of fibers. We are discussing about sheep over here. Okay, the hairy skin of the sheep has two types of fibers that form its fleece, or that form its wool coat. First one is, you see, the coarse beard hair, right? The coarse beard hair. The beard of the sheep are what? Coarse, rough hair. Okay, rough hair is present in the beard of the sheep. Okay, the second one, the fine soft under hair close to the skin, close to the body. Okay, close to the skin of their body, the hair are there, right? The body hair are there. So those hair are what? Fine and soft. Okay, fine and soft. So the fine and soft under hair provide the fibers for making wool. Okay, clear? What is written in your book? Like us, like human beings also, the hairy skin of the sheep has two types of fibers that form its fleece. The coarse beard hair, if we have a beard, okay, if we have a beard, then the hair of our beard is what? It is coarse, or say rough. Okay, and another one, the fine soft under hair close to the skin. the hair of our body, the hair of our arms, say, the hair of our legs, say, okay, the hair of the body of the sheep, those are fine, soft hair. Okay, so the fine, soft hair provides the fibers for making wool. It is actually the fine hair which is over their body. Those will provide, those fine hair will provide the fibers for making wool. Clear? Okay. Now, they also do, means the human beings do this. Those who rear the animals to get the wool from their body. Some breeds of sheep possess only fine under hair. Okay. Some breeds of sheep, there are some breeds of sheep. There are some breeds of sheep which possess only fine under hair. Okay. So their parent sheep are specially chosen so as to give birth to the sheep which have only soft under hair. Okay. Some breeds of sheep possess only fine under hair. Therefore, their parent sheep are specially chosen so as to give birth to the sheep which have only soft under hair. So the process of selecting parent sheep for obtaining special characteristics in their offspring, such as soft under hair, is called selective breeding. Okay, what is selective breeding? It is the process of selecting parent. It is the process of selecting parent sheep for obtaining special characteristics in their baby, for obtaining special characteristics in their offspring or say baby, the baby of their parent, the baby of the parent. Okay, parent sheep, the baby of the parent sheep. Okay, they are specially chosen so as to obtain special characteristics in their offspring. That process is called selective breeding. What will be the special characteristics? The soft under hair. Why soft under hair? Because from the fine soft under hair only the wool can be extracted out. Okay, it is the wool providing fiber. So the process of selecting parent sheep for obtaining special characteristics in their offspring, such as soft under hair, is called selective breeding. Okay. So this line, some breeds of sheep possess only fine under hair. Okay, so their parents are specially chosen to give birth to the sheep which have only soft under hair. Okay, some breeds of sheep possess only fine under hair. So those breeds of sheep are only chosen, the parents of those breeds of sheep are only chosen so as to give birth to another sheep, baby sheep, which will have only soft under hair. So this process of selecting parents for obtaining special characteristics in their offspring, such as soft under hair is the special characteristics. Okay, this process is called as what? Selective breeding. Okay, understood? Yes. Next we'll move to the next section, that is animals that yield wool. Okay, animals that yield wool. So wool comes from the animals, like say many animals are there: sheep, goat. Okay, sheep, say goat, then yak, camel. Okay, then llama and alpaca. Okay, the wool comes from the animals like sheep, goat, yak, camel, llama and alpaca. Okay, so the wool yielding animals, these wool yielding animals bear a thick coat of hair on their body. Okay, and it is this hair only which gave us wool. Okay, so the wool yielding animals have a thick coat of hair on their body to keep them warm during the cold winter season. Right, so the hair, why how they keep themselves warm in the cold winter season? Actually what happens, again I am referring this, that the hair or say wool of in their body, the hair or wool in the body of these wool providing animals trap a lot of hair. trap a lot of air. Okay, trap a lot of air. So you know that air is a poor conductor of heat. So the air trapped in the hair or wool of these animals prevents their body heat from being lost to the cold surroundings, and therefore they keep themselves warm in the winter season. Okay, so this is why the hair or wool of these animals is removed only once in a year at the beginning of the summer season. Okay, the hair or wool of these animals is removed only once in a year at the beginning, and that is only at the beginning of the summer season. Why? Because they can survive in hot weather without the hair, and by the time when winter comes, the thick hair or wool grows again on their body of these animals. Okay, clear? So yes, we have discussed what, that the wool is the most commonly obtained from sheep. Okay, wool is most commonly obtained from where? Sheep. And sheep are reared in many parts of the India for getting wool. Sheep are reared in many parts of India for getting wool. The names of some of the breeds of the sheep reared in our country for obtaining wool, and the quality of the wool obtained. Okay, and the names of the states where these sheep are found are given in table 3.1. So let's discuss this, what is given in the book. Animals that yield wool. Several breeds of sheep are found in different parts of the country. In table 3.1 it is given to you. Let's see over there, table 3.1, some Indian breeds of the sheep. First one, name of the breed, Lohi. These are all what? These are all the breeds of the sheep. Okay, breeds of the sheep. And these are the quality of wool which is obtained from these breeds. Okay, and where these breeds of the sheep are found, the names of the states are given in the third column of this table. Okay, first one is Lohi. The quality of wool obtained from the Lohi is good quality wool. Okay, and the state where this Lohi breed of sheep is found in Rajasthan and Punjab. Okay, then comes your Rampur Bushehr. The quality is brown fleece. Okay, brown fleece. Generally say the color of the wool is generally creamy white. Okay, creamy white. When you observe the pictures, photographs of the wool obtained from the sheep, those are actually creamy white in color. Okay, and some breeds of the sheep also produce wool having brown and black colors. Okay, but generally the colors of the wool is what? Creamy white. Okay, natural color of wool is creamy white. Rampur Bushehr, the quality of wool is brown fleece, and the state where it is found in Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh. Next comes your Nali, carpet wool. The quality of wool is carpet wool, state Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab. Next is Bakharwal. Quality is for woolen shawls. It is used to make woolen shawls basically, and the quality and the state where it is found in Jammu and Kashmir. Bakharwal is found in Jammu and Kashmir. Marwari. Next, Marwari, the quality of wool is coarse wool. Okay, somehow it is rough, coarse wool, and the state where it is found, Gujarat. Next, Patanwadi for hosiery. Okay, for hosiery, where it is found, Gujarat. Clear? Okay. However, the fleece of the sheep is not the only source of wool, though wool commonly available in the market is sheep wool. Right? Basically, the wool which is obtained in the market, which is found in the market, is what? Sheep wool, right? But it is not the only source of wool. Okay, some other animals are also there. That is only some other animals are also there. Some other wool providing animals are also there, like goat, yak, camel, llama, and alpaca. Okay, which we are going to discuss in this section now. Okay, so first of all, that wool is also obtained from the goat hair. Okay, wool is also obtained from goat hair. Okay, Kashmiri goat, basically Kashmiri goat. Is there any picture of Kashmiri goat? No, no picture of Kashmiri goat is there, but here it is mentioned, right? Here it is mentioned Kashmiri goat. Okay, so the under fur, okay, the hair, basically the wool of Kashmiri goat is soft and it is woven into fine shawls called as pashmina shawls. Okay, then Angora wool is obtained from Angora goat. Here Angora goat, the picture of Angora goat is given to you. Okay, Angora goat. So Angora wool is obtained from the Angora goat, which are found in the hilly regions of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, which are found basically in the hilly regions of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, then comes your yaks. Yaks have thick and long hair on their body which yield wool. And yak wool is also common in the hilly regions of, it is common in the hilly regions of Tibet and Ladakh. Okay. Okay, then comes camels. Camels also provide us wool. Okay, so the hair or fur on the body of camels are also used as wool. Okay, animals such as llama and alpaca. The pictures of llama and alpaca are given over in figure 3.6 and figure 3.7. Llama and alpaca. Okay, so the animals called llama and alpaca, which are basically found in South America. Llama and alpaca are found in South America. They have hair on their body which are processed to yield wool. Okay, these are processed to yield what? Wool. And you have to note that though the hair on the body of these animals such as sheep, goat, yak, etc., these constitute wool, but in everyday language wool means the processed wool. Okay, wool means what? The processed wool. We are referring wool, right? We are referring about the processed wool. Okay, which is the wool yarn used for knitting sweaters or making shawls. Okay, what is given in your book? Yes. So however, the fleece of the sheep is not the only source of wool, though wool commonly available in the market is sheep wool. Okay, yak wool is the most common in Tibet and Ladakh. Mohair is obtained from Angora goats. Mohair is the type of wool. It is obtained from where? Angora goats. Okay, which are found in the hilly regions of Jammu and Kashmir. We have discussed this. Wool is also obtained from the goat hair. The under fur of Kashmiri goat is soft. It is woven into fine shawls called pashmina shawls. The fur on the body of camels is also used as wool. Llama and alpaca, which are found in South America, the countries of South America, and the countries of South America are also yield wool. Okay, clear? So yes, that's all for today. Okay, we will continue the chapter in the next video from fibers to wool. Okay, from this section we will continue the video in the next class. Okay, so yes, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.